dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 5:29 on Wednesday, June the 26th. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning. Well, yesterday we thankfully got a break from the rain, and we'll see that break continue into today, but it brings some warm temperatures with it. Brandon, good morning.
Good morning, and yes, it's going to be a little bit of a foggy start and a hot day ahead. Let's take a look at what's going on across the region right now. US 119 up on top of Whitesburg Pine Mountain. No major issues there, but some fog is around this morning, so be careful. That's some of that very dense fog. 59 Jonesville, 64 Prestonsburg and Moorhead. That's the range this morning. Most folks are right there in the low 60s, so a kind of a mild start to the day, but temperatures are going to climb quickly with the sunshine getting into the upper 80s by this afternoon. I'll have the rest of the forecast coming up here in just a few minutes. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you. The case against two Southern Kentucky daycare workers accused of abusing a child has been dropped. We reported on the charges against Diana Willett Myers and Tasha Cox in Wayne County back in April of this year. Both were accused after a video surfaced on Facebook showing what a mother claims was one of the workers taunting her toddler at a daycare. Now a grand jury has cleared them of charges.
It took a big toll on me. I've worked with kids since I graduated high school, and I've always loved working with children. I've gone to school for it. After all this happened, I had a lot of days where I would just cry because all this happened and I knew I didn't do anything wrong.
The daycare operator has strongly defended both women and still claims neither did anything wrong. The grand jury ordered that charges against both women be dismissed without prejudice. A suspicious letter forced the evacuation of a Georgia courthouse Tuesday. The sheriff's office says the clerk of Superior Court's office at the DeKalb County Courthouse in Decatur received the letter. They reported a note inside claimed the envelope contained anthrax. As a precaution, the courthouse was evacuated and people who came into contact with the letter were temporarily quarantined. Officials say nothing was inside the envelope except the note, and tests found the letter harmless. A suspect held police at a standoff after a shooting that left an Illinois deputy dead. Officials say Fulton County Deputy Troy Chisholm was killed after responding to a battery and disturbance call in Avon Tuesday afternoon. Gunfire broke out during the incident and the deputy was struck and killed. Deputy Chisholm was a 4-year veteran of the Fulton County Sheriff's Office. Law enforcement officers held a large procession after his death. Highway 15 in the Cragun community of Breathitt County is back open as of last night. A tanker truck carrying nearly 8,000 gallons of gasoline and diesel flipped over around 3:13 Tuesday morning. Officials say the driver was taken to UK Medical Center is in critical condition. We do not know his name at this time. The gas and diesel spilled into a nearby river that sparked fears it may get into drinking water, but officials say everything is okay.
Our water is safe to drink. I've spoken with the folks over at the water plant, and no fuel has made it into the treatment plant. Now we are shut down at the plant just as a precautionary measure, and as soon as the fuel has passed all of our intakes, then we will fire the plant back up.
Again, Highway 15 is back open and you can now drive on it. Well, Americans received 4.7 billion robocalls last month, according to call blocking company UMail. Yesterday, the Federal Trade Commission announced a new crackdown on 3 robocall companies, hitting them with millions in fines. The joint state and federal enforcement also targets several operations that authorities say were using robocalls to sell everything from bogus credit card interest rate reduction services to fraudulent money-making opportunities and medical alert systems.
When there's a crackdown or an enforcement action, you see fewer robocalls from the people who were cracked down on. They usually stop. The challenge is they're replaced by someone else who often does the same scam.
The government recently gave phone companies more power to stop robocalls from reaching our phones, but it is not clear when that will go into full effect. For now, expect those spam calls to continue. There are more than 385,000 service dogs across the United States. They are trained to help people in need, but some people are taking advantage of that. A new bill pre-filed in Frankfurt would make it illegal for folks to fake a service dog. Karen Shirk with 4 Paws for Abilities says the law is a good first step because faking service dogs can hurt those who actually need them.
They're not thinking, you know, I take my dog out and it poops in the store and grabs food off the shelf and growls at somebody. Now, real people who have disabilities are going to have a harder time with those dogs. They don't think about the harm that they're doing to other people.
A new bill pre-filed by Representative Kim King of Harrodsburg would update Kentucky's current law for service animals to prohibit the misrepresentation of them and to allow officers to investigate, issue a citation, and require someone to remove their dog from the area. Well, Mountain Comprehensive Care Center's healing program held an event Tuesday at the Mountain Arts Center in Prestonsburg. Nearly 47% of Kentucky women will experience sexual assault in their lifetime. Gretchen Hunt with the Attorney General's office says it is important to shed light on these topics, especially here in the mountains.
So this is a tremendous opportunity to raise awareness and to refocus the attention of all Kentuckians on all the progress we've made and what still needs to be done.
Along with guest speakers, a documentary highlighted the large number of untested rape kits. A Pike County coal operator declared bankruptcy last week. Cambrian Holding Company filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy in federal court last Sunday. The Appalachian News Express reports the company owes around $21 million to 20 creditors. Cambrian operates several mines across eastern Kentucky. You can find a list of those mines on our website at WYMT.com. Barberville city officials say a lease agreement is stopping plans from moving forward with their water park. Officials say the park and water park area in Barberville have been leased for more than 25 years from Union College to the city. Now, after a 5-year lease with a 5-year extension was voided due to issues in the agreement, a 15-month lease is on the table. However, city officials say they will not be able to secure funding for needed renovations.
It does get a lot of attention, gets a lot of positive feedback. It would be nice because I hate to see all this go to waste because it's been around for a while. It's been around longer than I have.
Union College President Marcia Hawkins says she hopes the new 15-month agreement will help the city keep the water park open. Stop number 3 of the Big Blue Caravan landed in Prestonsburg yesterday. Coaches, players, and other members of UK athletics are traveling across eastern Kentucky, meeting with fans. Their stop at the Mountain Arts Center focused on giving back and saying thank you to first responders in our area. Our own Justin Kay stopped by the event and talked with UK's athletic director as well as others at the event.
There is a connection between first responders and UK athletics. Athletic Director Mitch Barnhart says you cannot achieve your goals without sacrifice.
What you do is amazingly difficult, and what you do is hard, but it represents the hard-working people of the state of Kentucky and hopefully the University of Kentucky and our teams.
Tonight is focused on giving thanks to the men and women who keep us safe. For them, it's just a great time talking sports with members of their favorite team.
Oh, it was awesome, you know, getting to meet the athletic director, something like so awesome, talking to them about football. And another thing is talking to guys about what stuff like we have in common.
Barnhart says he appreciates that his staff gets to spend time with first responders. He says it's a humbling moment that can inspire great things.
If you do that initially first, then you'll learn how to win. If you put winning and those other things and the end result first, you don't sacrifice to get there, then the chances of you getting the results you want won't happen.
And some of these firefighters helped in the search for Magoffin County toddler Kenneth Howard, a story Barnhart followed.
To sacrificially give of your time and pour into that kind of a search and rescue and have it have a result like it did is really cool, and it should be celebrated because hopefully what it does is draws more people to want to do the same thing.
In the end, these are connections that will last a lifetime, not just for fans, but everyone here.
Oh, it's awesome. I loved every minute of it down here.
C-A-T-S, cats, cats, cats.
Both sides inspiring the other to do great things.
Again, that was Justin Case reporting. The Big Blue Caravan will make a stop in Paintsville today, where fans can meet UK star and Johnson County native Cash Daniel. Well, Hyundai is giving Kentucky Children's Hospital $100,000. The money will help the Dance Blue Clinic, which fights pediatric cancer. Each year, UK students dance to raise money for the kids. This gift will help the clinic do even more.
We're providing them social work support, dietary support, pharmacy support, you know, anything you can imagine that these patients can use that we can possibly offer.
The donation came from Hyundai Hope on Wheels. A new event center is currently under construction at Bob Amos Park in Pikeville. The Bob Amos Event Center will serve as a community center for wedding events and more. It will also be ADA compliant and will have a balcony which will double as an overlook. City Manager Philip Ellswig said the event center will be under the management of the Appalachian Wireless Arena. He said all booking will go through their website once it begins next February.
It's visible from US 23. You're beginning to see the retaining walls come out of the ground. The utility work is ongoing, and the project's on schedule, so it should be open by the end of the year.
Contractors from Rising Sun Developing say anyone wishing to check out the overlook will have to wait until construction is complete. They say it is currently closed to the public and should be considered a safety hazard. Well, Hazard Independent Schools recently named a new superintendent. Sandra Combs has worked for the Hazard school system for more than 20 years. She says she is grateful and excited to be chosen as the new superintendent. Combs added that she hopes to better prepare students for future careers.
It's a great honor to be able to take this position, and because we have such a great tradition of academic excellence and a tradition of family and as we always say at Hazard High School, a tradition to be the best we can be.
Combs will officially begin her duties on July 1st. She succeeds Sandy Johnson, who decided to retire. Coming up in just a few minutes, country music star Chris Stapleton is giving back to his home state.
If you're a fan of summer, you're going to love the next few days. If you aren't, be ready to crank up the AC. I'll have your hot forecast in about 3 minutes.